Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Please, if this is your first time here, please kindly make yourself part of the family by clicking on that red subscribe button down below, and please click on the bell icon beside it so that you can become a full member of the family. Thank you so much. So the last update about Jodha and AKBAR was how Jalal recognized Jodha from the dance and the competition that they did at the celebration in Gangwa. And Amida got suspicious of Maham Anga, and Amida confronted Maham Anga what she used to go and do in the jungle because she has ever followed her there before. So let's continue from there. Jodha was sitting and Shenas comes there and she started laughing at Jodha. And Shenas tells Jodha that she is laughing because of Jodha's foolishness. Jodha says that but Shenas is our friend. Shenas says that it is her responsibility as a friend to make Jodha realize how foolish she is because her love come all the way from Agra to get Jodha. But Jodha denied it. And does it mean that Jodha's love for Jalal has faded away or what? Jodha says that no, the love she had for Jalal did not fade and the love has even increased now. Shenas then asks that why then did Jodha not go with Jalal? Jodha says that she had seen the good side of Jalal and she knows that sometimes Jalal is soft and sometimes he is good and sometimes he is heated, and it is true that they usually had a fight, but Jalal used to see things and then decide, but this time Jalal hurt her a lot and Jalal said bitter words to her without thinking twice, and she cannot bear it again, so that was why she did not go with Jalal. Shenas says that sometimes rose that gives good smell can hurt you by its prick, and Shenas shows Jodha Jalal's handkerchief that Jalal left before going, and Shenas says that maybe Jalal left the handkerchief for Jodha so that Jodha can always feel his presence even though Jalal is not here at the moment, and Shenas leaves from there. Gigi comes to Adgar and asks him that why is he so tensed. Adgar says that today he feels like he is not capable of this job, and Adgar tells Gigi everything he knows about Maham Anga. Adgar says that Jalal is already worried because of Jodha, so how can he tell him everything he finds out about Maham Anga? But if he doesn't still tell Jalal, then it is cheating to hide it from Jalal. Gigi says that Maham Anga can go to any extent to achieve her mission, and Adgar says that he believes that Maham Anga cannot hurt Jalal. But why is Maham Anga doing all this? Gigi says that Maham Anga has never liked Jodha, maybe that was why she wanted to separate Jodha from Jalal, and Adgar was thoughtful. Adgar comes to Jalal in the night and says that Atimad Khan came with the real Dilavar Khan and she told him some severe things about Maham Anga, and Adgar tells Jalal everything and says that this shows that Maham Anga knew that a man was entering harem in disguise of Dilavar Khan, and maybe Maham Anga even knew that it was Sujamal. Jalal gets angry and takes out his sword at Adgar, and he says that Adgar is pointing an accusing finger at his mother. Adgar says that if this news is wrong, then Jalal can kill him, and Jalal asks them to bring Maham Anga to the court. Maham Anga comes to Jalal and Adgar was there too. Maham Anga asks that why did Jalal call her in the night, and Jalal asks Adgar to go out and Adgar goes. Jalal looks at Maham Anga and Jalal says that he called Maham Anga because he have to do some investigations. Maham Anga says that but Jalal has never called her like that before and she is worried. Jalal says that today he is not Maham Anga's son but an emperor, and he wants some answers from Maham Anga. Jalal asks Maham Anga that did she know that it was Sujamal that disguised as Dilavar Khan, and Maham Anga says no. Jalal asks them to bring the real Dilavar Khan, and Jalal asks that do Maham Anga know him. First, Maham Anga says no, but then Maham Anga says that she thinks that she has seen him before, but it was once. Jalal says that the guy is the real Dilavar Khan, and he came to Maham Anga to tell her that someone else was here as Dilavar, and Maham Anga accepted and she refused to investigate the matter. Jalal says that maybe Maham Anga cannot remember Dilavar, but it is Maham Anga's duty to keep checks on all the eunuchs in harem. Maham Anga says yes, it is her duty to search all the eunuchs, and she personally did that, but she was surprised as to why Suja was later found at the palace as an eunuch. Jalal says that it looks like Maham Anga knew that the eunuch was Suja, and Maham Anga intentionally allowed him to come into the palace. Jalal says that he got a news that Sujamal left Agra, and Maham Anga says that she remembered the person that gave them the news that Suja left Agra, and Jalal also says that he also exactly remembered the man who gave that news, and Jalal asked them to bring the man. Maham Anga flashed back and remembered how she ordered the man to say whatever she says to him in front of Jalal, and the flashback ends. Jalal asks the man to tell him how true it is that he truly saw that Sujamal was seen outside of Agra, and the man looks at Maham Anga. Jalal puts sword on the man's neck and says that the man should fear him and not Maham Anga because he will cut off the man's head right now. and the man was afraid. The man, out of fear, says that he never sees Jamal outside of Agra, and he said everything he said that day because someone asked him to say it. Jalal asks that who asked the man to lie about Jamal, and the man looks at Maham Anga. Maham Anga nods to the man to say no, but the man tells Jalal that it was the chief minister Maham Anga that asked him to lie to Jalal, and the pain enters Jalal's bone marrow, and the man leaves. Jalal sat very sad, and Jalal says that he cannot believe that the person that gave him the biggest wound has been his protection and his support all this while. And Jalal shouted at Maham Anga that so Maham Anga knew everything, and Maham Anga knew that it was Jamal, but Maham Anga made him to doubt his wife. Jalal says that he believed Maham Anga, but what did Maham Anga did instead? Jalal says that Abu Mali gave him an external wound, but Maham Anga gave him wound in his heart and soul. And why did Maham Anga do that? And why did Maham Anga played with his feelings like this? And why did Maham Anga plotted against Jodha? Jalal says that Maham Anga stooped so low against Jodha, and he gave Maham Anga everything. Then why did Maham Anga do that? Maham Anga stood up to Jalal and says that Jalal never gave her anything. Maham Anga says that she gave Jalal everything, but Jalal never appreciated her. Maham Anga says that when Jalal was a child and he hasn't known anything, it was she and Bairam Khan that made Jalal everything that Jalal is today. And did Jalal think that he was able to have the throne and everything just because he was born into the king house? Maham Anga says that she could not be a queen, and her work is to just greet queens here. And she served Jalal a lot, and she gave Jalal love like a son, and she taught Jalal on how to do politics, wars and everything. And what did Jalal give her in return? Just a name, and just calling her mother. And Jalal also gave her only the title of the chief minister. Maham Anga says to Jalal that she loved Jalal a lot, and she always will, but she would not tolerate that a lady that just came into Jalal's life would take her powers from her. Maham Anga says that she will not bear that a Rajvanshi will take her place from her. And now, only a few months have passed since Jodha came into Jalal's life, but Jalal trusted Jodha so much, even more than her. Maham Anga says yes, she plotted so many conspiracies to let Jodha down in Jalal's eyes, and she is admitting it today, and she did all this to send Jodha away from Jalal and from the palace, because Jalal has started speaking Jodha's language, and Jalal has started giving Jodha more attention than her, even though she gave Jalal more attention than she gave to even her own son, Adam Khan. Maham Anga says that she cannot bear that Jalal loved Jodha more than her, and she can see that Jalal's heart has started beating, which is not a good thing for a soldier and a king, and she will serve Jalal till death, but there are some things that Jalal should know that she would not be able to tolerate. Maham Anga says that Jalal was just a toddler when she saved Jalal from the world and from the people that wanted to kill him, and Bairam Khan saved Jalal even when he knew that the people that wanted to kill Jalal could kill him, but yet he still saves Jalal. But what did Jalal give to Bairam Khan in return? Maham Anga says that Bairam Khan couldn't get even water from Jalal when he was dying. But one thing about her is that she is not going to be like Bairam Khan, especially not for a Rajvanshi lady whom Jalal's heart has started beating for. Maham Anga says that Jalal calls her mother, and Jalal says that he loves her more than anyone. But Jalal should tell her why she became bad in the presence of that Rajvanshi lady called Jodha, and why does this happen? Maham Anga says that only Jalal can answer her and tell her why a son would go away from his mother because of his wife, and why did Jalal give the opportunity of snatching him away from his mother to his wife, and why would a son push his mother away like that, and why can't the son see the love of his mother in front of him instead of that of his wife? Maham Anga says that she doesn't want Jalal to ask her to go to Makkah in return for her long service to Jalal. Never. And that was why she plotted against Jalal. And she is telling Jalal today that if Jalal wants to behead her, then Jalal can do that. But she will still say that whatever she did, she have no regret doing it. Jalal says that he would not snatch Maham Anga's ministry from her, and he will not kill Maham Anga. But he would like to tell Maham Anga that today, Maham Anga has lost the most precious thing that she had, and Maham Anga has lost her son called Jalal today. Jalal says that Maham Anga should forget about her son that used to believe Maham Anga after God, and it is his fault that he lost his father first, and then Bairam Khan, and now he has lost his mother, even though he always thinks that Maham Anga saved him from problems as a mother. But he did not realize that Maham Anga only did it for her position, and he thought that Maham Anga wants to see him as the king, but little did he know that Maham Anga only wants him to be the king for her own position. And Maham Anga wanted to see him become the king, so that Maham Anga can become the strongest minister in India. Jalal says that Maham Anga wanted to take Mariam Makani's position, and a mother loves her children not to get jealous of them. But today, Maham Anga proved that she is just a servant in the palace and not his mother, and he is sad that he lost his mother today, and he doesn't know whether Maham Anga would have everything after this. But Maham Anga's son is lost today, and thanks to Maham Anga for snatching his biggest happiness, which is Jodha, from him out of jealousy, and Jalal leaves the place in tears. Maham Anga started shivering, thinking that what has she done, because she just lost her son now. And Maham Anga remembers her upbringing to Jalal and how she took care of Jalal until he grows up. And Maham Anga started crying. And Maham Anga blabbers that what just happened, and is Jalal not her son anymore? All the wives in Harem were gossiping that Maham Anga knew that Dilawar was Sujamal, and everyone get to know that Maham Anga intentionally separated Jalal and Jodha. Salima says to Amida that Maham Anga was behind all what has happened, and Amida says that even after Maham Anga knew that Jalal loves Jodha, then why did Maham Anga do that? And Amida says to Salima that Jalal must be worried now because he has lost his mother, and Amida says that Jalal would listen to Salima, so Salima should go to Jalal and share his pain and sorrows, and Salima says that as you wish, and she goes from there. Rukkaiya comes to Jalal and says that she heard that, and Jalal finished it and say yes. Rukkaiya heard that he breaks his ties with Maham Anga because he will not call her mother again, even though he shared everything from his childhood with her, and he thought that mother's milk relationship is more stronger than a blood relationship. But Maham Anga herself cut this thread, because why would she do that to Jodha? Jalal says that Jodha came into his life, and Maham Anga started getting afraid of Jodha until Maham Anga committed this great crime. And why did Maham Anga do that? Jalal says that he feels like everything is a dream and it should just end right now because he is broken now and he cannot handle himself anymore. Rukkaiya cries and says sorry, and Jalal asks that why. Rukkaiya says that she also knew that Dilawar was a Rajvanshi, and Jalal furiously looks at Rukkaiya. Rukkaiya says that Jalal should believe her, that she did not know that it was Sujamal, and Maham Anga only told her that they should work together to catch Dilawar red-handed, and that was why she supported Maham Anga, and Jalal throws Rukkaiya that was already hugging him away. Rukkaiya sits in Jalal's feet and says that she was just jealous of Jodha, and that was why she believed Maham Anga, and she did not know that Maham Anga was plotting such a big conspiracy. Jalal turns and sees Salima there. Jalal says to Salima to see how his own people are hurting and betraying him, and he doesn't even need an outside enemy anymore, because his own people are enough enemies for him. Jalal cries and says so what? He cannot feel pain, because he cannot be hurt. Salima, seeing how shattered Jalal is, asks Jalal that what is his name. Jalal says that his name is Jalaluddin, but Salima says no, his name is King Jalaluddin and not just Jalal. Salima says that Jalal is an idol to many people, and the nation looks up to Jalal, so Jalal should not break down like this, and if Jodha would have been here, then she would have said the same thing to Jalal. And Jalal says that why is Jodha not here then? Salima says that Jodha will take time to listen her anger, then she will surely come to share in Jalal's pain. But till then, Jalal have to do what Jodha would advise him to do if she was here. Jalal says that Salima is right, and he will take a decision against Maham Anga tomorrow, but not as Maham Anga's son, but as a king, and Jalal leaves from there. Rukkaiya asks Salima that what will Jalal do to Maham Anga, and Salima says that she doesn't know, but she knows that this is a painful night for Jalal, and Salima leaves, and Rukkaiya continued crying. Adam comes to Resham and asks that where is Maham Anga. Adam comes there and sees Maham Anga sitting on the ground in the corner of the room, and Adam asks that what has happened. Maham Anga says that everything will be alright because she did not lose anything and she have her position. Adam says that what has happened and why is Maham Anga so disappointed. Maham Anga says that Jalal said that he is not her son, and she also said to Jalal that he is not her son either. And how can she say that to Jalal? And how can Jalal also break ties with her? Adam says that he told Maham Anga that Jalal thinks of her as a mere servant, and Maham Anga should stop giving so much importance to Jalal in front of him. But Maham Anga would never listen to him, and now Maham Anga is still crying for Jalal, and this shows that Maham Anga loves Jalal. Maham Anga says yes, she loves Jalal because Jalal is her son, and she doesn't have any anger for Jalal, and Maham Anga cries bitterly. Maham Anga says that all this happened because of Adgar, and Adam says that he has said it before, that they should finish Adgar, but Maham Anga says no, Jalal is close to Adgar. Adam says that he would go and talk to Jalal, But Maham Anga says no, she will be the one to do what needs to be done. Adam says that Maham Anga cannot do anything, but Maham Anga says that nobody can distract her from her mission because she is the chief minister. Adam says that Maham Anga is no more the chief minister now because Jalal has no value for Maham Anga, and Adam asks Maham Anga to handle herself, and Adam leaves from there. Maham Anga says that how can she handle herself when Jalal will not call her mother anymore, and this is a very big punishment for her, and Maham Anga cries. In Amel, Jodha comes to the temple and she remembered how Jalal had once came with her to that temple and prayed like her. Shaguni comes there and says that Jalal would not leave Jodha and Jodha would have to go back to Jalal. Jodha says that she doesn't understand, and Shaguni says that she is saying what is in Jodha's faith and destiny, but Jodha's ego is not allowing her to see the truth. Jodha says that she left Agra because her character was tarnished, but why is she not satisfied? Shaguni says that Art doesn't understand anything, and Jodha have to do what is written in her destiny, and Jodha have to go back to Jalal and follow her destiny, because Jodha's faith is written with Jalal, and Jodha have to go back to him. Shaguni asks Jodha that why did Jodha do the Gangwa Puja, and did Jodha not do the Puja because of Jalal? Jodha says that Shaguni knows everything, and Shaguni says that Jodha can do what she wants, but Jodha's fate that has written would come to pass no matter what, and Jodha was shocked hearing all this from Shaguni. Okay, we did it. We did it. I challenged myself to upload 4 videos today, and it happened. Though it was not easy as it looks, but thank you so much guys for watching. I'll see you all again in my next video. Bye guys.